Desmond Tutu, a Nobel Prize winner, once said, "We learn from history that we don't learn from history." The Kashmiri Pandit Exodus was one of the most tragic events in Indian history. Around 350,000 Hindus and Sikhs were displaced, and 1,200 Pandits lost their life. With the Nelli massacre of Muslims, the 1983 Sikh killings in Delhi, and the 2002 Muslim riots, it stands as a prime example of how people can behave when they lose their empathy. In this week's video, we are going to explore the events around this incident in a chronological order. It all started in 1975 with the signing of the Indira Sheikh Accord. Kashmiris felt betrayed by Sheikh Abdullah for signing this. To counter his declining popularity, Sheikh Abdullah started communalizing the populace there, playing politics. After his death, his son Farooq Abdullah assumed power. On July 2, 1984, Farooq Abdullah's government was unfairly dismissed by Congress, and in a move to spite the Abdullahs, Indira Gandhi appointed Farooq's brother-in-law Gulshah as the CM. This was a crucial mistake. Gulshah started aggressive Islamization in Kashmir, communalizing a section of the Muslims there even further. It is also important to note that at this point, Pakistan's ISI agency had started sending jihadis over the border and started funding Wahhabi mosques around the valley, waging a covert war for revenge against the 1971 Bangladesh humiliation. February 18, 1986, the first Hindu-Muslim riot took place. The Anantnag riots was a result of Gulshah constructing a mosque in the secretariat. This received backlash from the Hindus there. This was also the time when the doors of Babri Masjid was opened to Hindus by Rajiv Gandhi. The whole of India was going through a communalized period. Gulshah raised the slogan "Islam is in danger," which marked the start of the riots throughout the valley. Temples and homes were pillaged and people killed. This event marked the inception of the first wave of the Exodus. As situation got worse, Jagmohan dismissed the Gulshah government on March 12, 1986. Fresh elections were held in 1987, which the Indian government rigged. Many people who contested in this election, including notorious people like Gilani and Yasin Malik, later turned into rebels. The Muslim United Front lost and took up arms, disillusioned with democracy. After this election, the JKLF and MUF became more active, targeting both minorities and security personnel. On September 14, 1989, the first targeted assassination of a Kashmiri Pandit, Tikalal Taplu, a social activist, took place. With the valley burning, VK Singh government took power in 2nd December 1989. They were held in power by BJP. Just after 6 days, on 8th December, Home Minister Mufti Muhammad Said's daughter Rubaiya was kidnapped by JKLF. 5 key terrorists were released, including Mushtaq Ahmad Zargar, who became infamous during the Flight 814 hijacking. By this time, anti-Hindu campaign was being carried out in Kashmir full throttle. Posters and newspaper ads were coming out, panicking the populace there. By this time, Jagjeevan was appointed for a second term as governor of Jammu Kashmir. Farooq Abdullah threatened to resign if Jagjeevan was appointed as governor because he had dismissed his government in the past. He resigned in 20th January 1990. VK Singh also appointed George Fernandez to damage control, creating a special portfolio called Kashmir Affairs. By May 1990, things got even worse. Both men were removed and the exodus was fully over by this time. In November 10th that year, the VP Singh government fell. Only after Narasimha Rao government took power, the situation was brought under control. The brutal fight back in Kashmir by RAW and the security forces began, bringing us to the situation we have now. Many people were indeed to be blamed for the injustice that happened that time in Kashmir. The Abdullahs, Muftis, VP Singh, Jagjeevan, and even the Pakistani government. But the truth is, democracy failed those people there. Communalization and petty politics are the real culprits here. Until the day the Hindus and Sikhs of Kashmir can return to the valley happily and feel welcomed there, this historic wrong can never be mended. If you find this video informative, like the video, comment below and share this with your friends. Follow us for more history and geopolitical related content. Click the bell icon and subscribe to Cape Now.